That's what I got on the joke. Let's get back to the next one. I'm on the third. We're on the third. All right, so we're on this D. We're on a 3-note away major third. So this 3, those a minor third. This 3 represents the position, the third note in the scale, and then this 3 represents that it's 3 notes away. Now, if we look at it in a chord construction standpoint, then we skip every other one, only taking the odd ones. So it's going to be 1, 3. So we're going to have the same name for it from a chord construction standpoint as well. All right. So if I look at the same string, it's going to be 3 notes forward. So if I go from D to D, 1, 2, 3. Well, that's not the right D. So there we have it going that way. All right. So let's go. So then, by the way, if you could try to think about the major third as well, just as a for the comparative's sake. And oftentimes, if you're looking at like a bluesy type of thing, you would be going from possibly the major, smearing it back to the minor, right? Or smearing the minor to the major third. But you can kind of play with that on the minors too. So if you were kind of, so if you're playing, in other words, if you're playing in a minor mode like Dorian, it's a little bit more difficult to throw in like a major third. Whereas if you were playing in a major mode like a C major or possibly a Mixolydian, then it's a little bit easier to kind of smear in the minor third to the major. But you can still kind of play around with it, and it's obviously useful to note where the major third is as it relates to the minor third in our positions, because that's the defining real flavor characteristic difference between our chord constructions and our modes. So let's go up 1, and so I'm going to go up to here and say we're looking for an F. So we're looking for an F. So if I go up 1 string, I'm looking for a 3-note away minor third. Therefore, I have to take the inverse distance. So that means that we're going to go 12 notes in the musical alphabet minus 3 is 9. So I'd say this is -5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I go up 1 string, -5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so we're here. So if I went from top to bottom, it would be a 9-note away, which would be a major 6. So the inverse of a minor third is a major. Always the inverse of a minor is a major. If I went from bottom to top then, measuring from the D, that would be a 3-note away then minor third. So that means that if I go, and then where would the major third be? It would be right here. So that would be the major third distance. So that means that if I go up 1 string, the 3-note away minor third will be 1, 2, 3, 4 frets back unless I cross the fault line, which would only happen on the B string. So if I was on the B string, I have to go up a bit. If I was on the B string and I'm looking at like that D, and I go up 1 string, then it would be right here, which would be a longer distance, because this D got shifted with this tectonic plate to the right. So that means if I go up 1 string, the 3-note away minor third will be 1, 2, 3, 4 frets back unless I cross the fault line, which would only happen if I'm measuring from the B string, in which case if I go up 1 string and cross the fault line, the 3-note away minor third will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets back. Okay. And let's do the next one here. All right, let's do the next one. So if we go up 2 strings, then it's going to be over here. So now I'm going to say, all right, so now we go up 2 strings. We're looking for a 3-note away minor third, and therefore we have to take the inverse distance, which is 12 minus 3, or 9. So I'm going to say -5, -10, and then 9. So let's do that from here. So it's going to be -5, -10, and then 9. So if I went from top to bottom, this F to the D, that would be a 9-note away major 6. And then if I go from bottom to top, that then therefore would be a 3-note away minor third. 3-note away minor third. So the major third would be out here. So you can kind of, play with. minor, but again, so there's going to be that one. And then, so that means that if I go up 2 strings, the 3-note away minor third will be 1 fret forward unless I cross the fault line, which would happen on the bottom 2 strings, the B and the E string. So if I was on like this D and I went up 2 strings, I would be on the same fret. So that means that if I go up 2 strings, the 3-note away minor third will be 1 fret forward unless I cross the fault line, which happens on the bottom 2 strings, the B and the bottom E string, in which case if I go up 2 strings and cross the fault line, the 3-note away minor third will be on the same fret. All right, let's go up 3 strings. So I'm going to go up to here. So that's going to be the long one, which is going to be, let's go forward this way. So it'll be out here because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the maximum distance, which also note there's one back here as well, which is the same distance. The reason I want to go forward is because this is going to shift forward, which will actually make it somewhat reachable if I go across the fault line. Let's count it out. So it's going to be, I'm looking for a 3-note away minor third, which has an inverse distance of 12 minus 3, which is 9, -5, -10, -15. 15 minus only 12 notes in the musical alphabet is -3, -3, 2, 1, 0, or octave, 0 or 12, 12, 11, 10, 9. So that's about as far away as we can get right there. So it's going to be -5, -10, -15. 15 minus 3, 15 minus 12 is -3, -3, 2, 1, 0. There's another D. So I can make that a 12 because I'm going around in a circle, 12 notes, 12, 11, 10, 10, 9. So boom, and I can't quite reach it, right? So it'd be this F and that D. So if I went from top to bottom, it would be a 9-note away major 6. And if I went from bottom to top, we're talking 3-note away minor third. Now that's just out of reach. That's the one distance that's basically you can't quite reach while holding down both notes because it's 6 notes away. Notice you have like an equilateral triangle. You can go back to the F back here as well. So that's going to be that. Now so that means that if I go up 1, 2, 3, 4 strings, the 3-note away minor third will be 6 frets forward and 6 frets back unless I cross the fault line, which would happen once again on the B or the E string. So if I went on this D, then it would actually be somewhat reachable because now it's only 5 frets out. So I might be able to actually reach that distance. So that's why it's also when you're looking at a long distance to reach, if you have a choice, it might be easier to reach forward, of course, because the frets are smaller. So if it's right in the middle, you might be going, okay, I'm going to try to find the one that's going to be out towards the right, towards the body of the guitar, because I'm going to have a lesser distance just given the fact that the frets are smaller. So if I go up 3 strings, then the 3-note away minor third will be 6 frets forward unless I cross the fault line, which would happen on the B and the E string, in which case if I go up 3 strings and cross the fault line, the 3-note away minor third will only be 5 frets forward. Okay then. Muy bien. Okay, then let's go below it. So here's the one that should be most familiar, but note that we're on the fault line. So that means that this is the only time when I'm going to go down 1 string and cross the fault line. So this is the oddball that we're looking at first here. So I'm looking for just a 3-note away distance instead of the inverse distance now because we're going below it. So we have to go diagonally because the fault line, that would be 5, 4, 3. So if I was here, it's going to be boom, 5, 4, 3. So there we have it. Now that looks like it should be a major third, but it's a minor third. So we have to. So I hope I've been saying minor third this whole time. I feel like I might have been saying major third, but in any case. It is what we're looking at, a minor third, but it looks like it should be a major third, but no, because that's because there was a shift in the tectonic plate. So that means if I go down 1 string, the 3-note away minor third will be 1 fret back if I cross the fault line, but I wouldn't cross the fault line if I was anywhere else, right? If I was here, I wouldn't cross the fault line. If I was up here, I wouldn't cross the fault line. So that means if I go down 2 strings, the 3-note away minor third will be 2 frets back unless I cross the fault line, which only happens on the G string, in which case if I go down 1 string and cross the fault line, the 3-note away minor third will be 1 fret back. Now the major, of course, is right underneath it, right here, versus right here. So that shape is quite common, of course. So we kind of want to, we could define our chord by that shape, right? Are you putting in a major third or minor third, because the fifth will be the same, right? So let's go, whether you're playing a triad that's a major or minor, the fifth will be the same. Okay, let's go down to the last one. And we're going to go down to here. That's going to be, well, let's go forward again. So now we're going, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frets forward again. So if I go down 2 strings, let's go, this is going to be, I'm looking for a 3-note away minor third, 5, 10, 11, 12, or octave, or back to 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's count it out this way. So it's going to be 5, 10, 11, 12, and then 1, 2, 3, which is just out of reach, even though it's high up on the guitar. So because that's going to be our perfect equilateral triangle. So it's 6 frets forwards and 6 frets back. So if I go down 1 string and cross the fault line, the 3-note away minor third will be 6 frets forward and 6 frets back, because it'll be right in the middle. What if I don't cross the fault line? If I was, say, here, for example, then if I go down 3 strings, let's go down 3 strings, it's going to be out here. What, I go down 2 strings. All right, so the rule is, if I go down 2 strings, the 3-note away minor third will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets forward, which is just barely in reach. But if I cross the fault line, which would happen on, if I start on either the D or the G string, if I start there, if I go down 2 strings and cross the fault line, the 3-note away minor third will be 6 frets up. All right, let's go, let's do the next one. I won't do another joke because that was a long joke and possibly, just don't feel like it. Just keep it rolling. Getting tired already. I can feel I'm getting tired.